obligations, and that's when they sign their performance agreement. That will actually improve and enhance the services by the public service. When it comes to retirement, Madam Speaker, we have a huge unemployment problem in the country, but I think it's important that we also look at the figures. How many people do we have in the public service every year that are due for retirement? And when we know that we have X number of people that are due for retirement, we also have to know that we have identified the people that will succeed them in those positions. And so mentorship comes in very handy. When sometimes we talk about having a bloated staffing in the public service, there's something that the private sector does that I think the public sector could also do, which is giving people golden handshakes and early retirements so that they can go out there and then you can be able to sustain and maintain the level of employees within the budget. But retirement can be a very painful exercise for a number of people, and I think it is mandatory for government to also look at how we will plan retirements for the people in the public service. They have served this country for many years. Some of them have done amazing good work. Of course, we know that there's also a crop that doesn't do good work, a crop that actually drives the institutions down because of corruption. So training is also very, very important. Training for advancement in your career, training for succession planning, training for retirement planning. I think that if we don't deal with the planning for what happens after 60 within government for the various employees who've served the institutions for very long, we will only see an increase in mental health, because at 60 people are still vibrant and able, and if that's the only thing they've done, they really need to be held and helped into retirement, because they are still useful citizens of our society. I also want to speak to the fact of pension. When somebody is going for retirement and then they struggle and struggle and struggle to get their pension, I think this is really an inhuman thing that we're doing to our various employees. There should be a way for one to immediately be able to access their pension. When we saw the Office of the Auditor General talk about people who are receiving pension that are not actually liable to receive pension, they're actually, it's all corruption. I think we need to really investigate that and protect the pension, because the pension is the hard work of the various citizens who have served this country tirelessly. We also have a situation of ghost workers. I think while we're thinking about retiring people at 60, let's look at how many ghost workers do we have in the public service. We need to make sure that we have no ghost workers, we have no corruption when it comes to pension, we're efficient in providing the pensions for those who are going, we're training and helping them be able to deal with retirement when it's due. We're also ensuring that we're training the generation that is coming in. Government used to be, celebrated for the kind of training that it did for its employees, but we've seen a drop in that, and that's why you're seeing that there's also laxity when it comes to confirming people that are acting, and this could be another way to breed corruption, because you know what, if you want me to confirm you in an acting position, then you got to pay a price. I think when we tie all these loopholes and make things mandatory, and that is why I commend the Honorable Member for bringing this, when it's mandatory, then we don't have all these loopholes where it's you scratch my back, I scratch yours, you give me something and I'll make sure that you are confirmed. So I think I'll be bringing a question to ask really, how many are the numbers of people that are due for retirement? Are they still in the service? What was the reason for the extension? How many people do we have that are in acting capacity? And why are they still acting? So we can see which public institutions are actually not adhering to the law to ensure that they treat their employees humanely. And as a society, recently we discussed the need to respect our elders. A person who reaches 60, right, is not somebody that is useless to the society. They come with a lot of wisdoms, and that's why we recently talked about helping us recognize our wazays in the community and giving them something. So maybe there will be a room for us to ensure that you have advisors that can come in once in a while to interact with the various ministries they serve and be able to contribute. And I think public